We just got our first snowfall. I know it's wild, but I also know a lot of you are looking for good, high quality winter boots right now. But before you spend your hard earned money, let me help you avoid the mistakes I made when I first moved to Canada 9 years ago. So for today's video, I've put together a quick list of do's and don'ts to keep in mind before buying your next pair. Because let's be honest, winter boots are a big investment. But before I start, it's really important to be clear on why you're buying your boots. So ask yourself, what's the purpose? Are you getting them for commuting, something that needs to protect your feet from snow and rain? Or maybe you want something indoor friendly to wear at the office with your work outfits. I want you to pause this video and figure out your why first. Then come back, keep this answer in mind while you're watching this video, because together we will fill this table right here as we go and make it a checklist. This will help you choose the right pair for your lifestyle, and this way by the end of this video you'll know exactly which ones are actually worth buying. Also, VIVAIA is sponsoring today's video, so I'll be using their boots as examples to show what to look for and what to avoid. So let's get into it. There's a reason why I kept two columns, indoor boots and outdoor boots, because the number one biggest don't is please don't wear your outdoor boots inside. This was the number one mistake I made when I was new to Canada. Every office here has a coat rack and a tray for snow boots, but I didn't know that at first. I used to walk right in with my snow boots on, totally clueless. Then I started noticing my co-workers changing into their indoor shoes and leaving their snow boots by the door, by the entrance. That's when it clicked. It was so embarrassing. So here's the thing, your snow boots should stay separate from your indoor shoes. Snow boots are functional, not fashionable. Once you are inside, swap into clean pair of indoor shoes. It will save your outfit and your floors, because all that salt from the sidewalks ruin your floors so fast. And if you're in the office, trust me, your cubicle will turn into a little salt pile in no time, and people will notice. Call me naive, but when I was a student in Canada, I spent quite a bit on my first pair. I even went all the way to Eaton Center for these. They are super comfortable, but I completely ignored all the things I am about to share next. If you're buying something to protect yourself from rain and snow, always go for water repellent or waterproof materials. The last thing that you want is your shoes getting soaked while commuting in the snow. So always look for something that will keep the moisture out. For example, these Tyler boots are great for waterproofing. They have this triple layer system designed to keep your feet dry no matter the weather. I don't know if you guys can see, but these are so thick. Now compared to these boots right here, the material isn't water repellent or waterproof, and they get wet so easily. So my feet were freezing all the time. Definitely one of my biggest mistakes. So let's fill up this first point. When it comes to our winter outdoor boots, it's really important that they are water repellent or waterproof. For indoor boots, however, it's good to have in case you want to run some quick errands or maybe go for a coffee break in the next building. So it's optional. Let's talk about fit, because I feel like this is something we all struggle with and most of you don't pay enough attention to it. If you're buying boots for a colder climate, you are probably planning to wear thick socks or even warmers with them. In that case, always size up. Go for half a size or even a full size larger for extra comfort and insulation. These shoes, I went half a size up because I knew I'd be layering thick socks and warmers underneath, and that makes a huge difference. This way you will be comfortable all day long. They won't be tight or pinching your feet. And of course, let me give you an example, because we are learning from my mistakes. These boots, I got them when I first got my full-time job in Canada, I think, if I'm not wrong. So about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I think I got them from Hudson Bay. So they were definitely not cheap. As you can see, I made the same mistakes. These are not water repellent, not waterproof, no cushioning, no wool insoles. These were fine as long as I wore thin socks, but the moment I wore thick socks, they were too tight. They pinched, they made my feet hurt after a few hours. Definitely learned that the hard way. And then for indoor boots, I'm assuming you're not going to change your socks once you're inside. So again, size up for thick socks and warmers. But there's one catch or something to keep in mind. If your indoor boots are something like this, made of stretchy fabric, then in that case you don't need to size up, because your boots will take the shape of your feet and not the other way around. always look for warmth. Something lined that keeps you cozy without needing too many layers. These Tyler boots again are a great example. They have this puffer technology which traps air to create a warm insulated layer for those really cold days. They also have this wool cushion insole that gives you comfort and extra warmth. You can even pair them with these matching puff warmers for added insulation. These are especially handy in months like January and February when there's slush and piles of snow everywhere. Now comparing them with my idea of winter boots, these ones were super thin leather, absolutely no lining, no cushioning at all. My feet again were freezing all the time. So if you're wearing something like this as your outdoor winter boots, it's high time that you go for something like this. And as for indoor boots, I'm assuming you're somewhere where the heaters are always running, so it's already warm and cozy. So extra insulation and wool insoles are totally optional. If you live somewhere where it snows, you know black ice is inevitable. And I definitely don't want you slipping, tripping, or falling. So the next big don't is don't wear your boots with smooth soles. They might look sleek, but they are super slippery. So let me show you what smooth sole means. So this is a smooth sole. I know these are really dirty, but I used them for like 3 years straight. But now let's compare these to our Tyler boots. These are a perfect example. Sole has enough traction to create friction between your shoes and the ice, so you are less likely to fall. Plus, the platform gives you a bit of height, which protects you from slush. For snow boots, you always want some height. It keeps you dry and adds a little lift without compromising comfort. Now imagine this is the sole I was using for 3 years. I was struggling in the snow every single time. Already filled up the table for outdoor boots when it comes to traction, but for indoor boots, it's always dry. There's no black ice, snow, or slush. In this case, traction is of minimal concern. You can go for something like this. That's okay. Talking about pinching, hurting my feet brings us to our next point, comfort. Now, the next big don't is don't sacrifice comfort for aesthetics. I know the sleek fitted styles look cute, but winter boots should be supportive. Okay, avoid pairs that pinch and don't have enough room or enough cushioning. Instead, look for cushioned insoles like we discussed, or flexible soles that let you walk comfortably all day long. And without a question, this stands true for both indoor and outdoor boots. Like we discussed, you need some sort of platform to protect you from snow and slush when it comes to outdoor boots. But if you're indoors, you can totally skip the platform. But when it comes to heels, either go for no heel or a block heel. Please do not go for pointy heels. I repeat, no pointy heels. Learn from my mistakes. Let me show you. These boots, they might look good, but they are so uncomfortable. Instead, go for something like these Regina Pro boots. They have sturdy block heel that gives you a bit of height, but stays super comfortable and stable. You can even run in them if you need to. And that's the thing I want you to understand. If you are uncomfortable in something, you are just not going to reach for it. You'll end up wasting your money, and items like these will just end up collecting dust in your closet. And I'll be honest, I actually styled these boots last week with one of my dresses, but I never tagged the brand or shared the link because deep down I knew that if I did, I'd lose your trust because these are just so uncomfortable. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you want to add height, add it strategically. Go for a slight platform when you're outside and a block heel when you're indoors. Just avoid pointy heels altogether. But if that's your personal choice, you do you. And can I just take a moment to talk about these Regina boots? Because when I first saw them, I fell in love. I was like, I need to have these boots in my wardrobe, like in my collection. Just look at them. I love them so much. So it goes without saying that these boots are one of my favorites. And don't even get me started on this knit design. It's timeless, clean, and gives you that modern look. And with these, you're getting best of both worlds because they are also water repellent. So if you're stepping out for lunch or running a quick errand, you are good. You're all set. They won't get wet. But in all seriousness, if you're commuting in heavy snow, I'd still recommend these Tyler boots because let's be honest, they are made for that. These also pair beautifully with dresses. So if you're heading out for dinner or an evening after work, they look perfect. And again, a huge shout out to VIVAIA for sponsoring today's video. In case you guys are interested in their boots, I will leave a link in the description box along with my coupon code on the screen. Let's talk about shaft length because it's more important than people think. In case you don't know what it is, I will put up a picture on the side here as a reference. It's this height that you see. So please avoid awkward cuts and shaft lengths. They are so tricky to style. Again, learn from my mistakes. This pair had such an awkward shaft style. No matter what I did, you could always see my socks peeking out. White socks, black socks, nothing looked right, and finding the exact matching color like this color was impossible. So if you can avoid styles like this, instead go for something like this, boots that will cover your ankle or hit just above the ankle, and I'll show you what I mean. So this slip-on, Ryan slip-ons, I think they are called. They cover my ankle perfectly, so I have no issues styling them. The pair that I got from Eaton Center, my ankles in these were exposed all the time. It's a very minute difference, but as you can see, this shaft length is shorter than this shaft length. If I match the heel line, you'll be able to see the difference. Maybe the difference is just 1 centimeter, not more than that, and that's also a reason why this topic is so confusing. So a general rule of thumb is your boots should cover your ankle or hit above it, because that way they look more polished and are way easier to style. But if you already own these awkward length boots and don't want to buy new ones, don't worry, just grab a pair of knit or slouchy leg warmers to add that extra height and balance the proportions. It's such an easy fix and a great way to make use of what you already have. Shape is the least of my concerns when it comes to good, high quality outdoor winter boots. But when it comes to indoor boots, because you are styling them with your dresses, your work outfits, obviously you are conducting meetings, you have to look put together. In that case, I highly recommend that you either go for a square toe like these Regina boots, or a pointed toe. These shapes hands down instantly sharpens any silhouette and elongate your body and makes you look taller. Now it's time for some TED Talk. Please don't waste your money on trend-driven boots in cheap materials. And I'm talking about these glossy boots, faux fur trims, or super high heels that date fast. I am no saint. I'm guilty of all those things too. Just look at these boots. I don't even know what I was thinking, but at the time I was so proud. But this is the exact opposite of what you should go for. Look at the heel height, look at the faux trim. These shoes were so uncomfortable. Please don't make the same mistakes I made. I thought I looked cool, but it's the exact opposite. This reminds me, you should also stay away from micro trends or flashy details. And by flashy details, I mean a shiny faux leather detail, this buckle. It doesn't do much and makes them look dated, which, let's be honest, they are. I mean, these are quite old. I mean, these boots are not that bad, but compared to these ones, this looks cheap and tacky. These look chic and classy. Looking at this red color reminds me, please don't go for ultra bright shades because they go out of trend so fast. These boots actually come in neon green, silver too, but I chose red since it adds a subtle pop of color to my neutrals. It's bold but still classy and timeless. If you're someone who loves funky styles or already has a colorful wardrobe, then sure, go for a neon green, yellow, or bright orange. But otherwise, I'd suggest skipping those ultra bright neon colors. So here's our final checklist. Take a screenshot or do whatever you want with it, but just don't waste your money on trendy boots that won't last you for one season. Spend wisely and invest in pairs you'll actually wear. Also, let me know if you want me to make a video on how to style boots based on proportion and outfit balance. I can definitely do that. But that is it for today's video. I really hope that you guys find this checklist helpful, and if you did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!